Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to share a new purchase that I made. Yesterday I was sifting through one of the bargain Blu-ray bins at my local Walmart. I do that pretty much every time I stop into Walmart to pick something up. It's definitely a habit of mine. I've dropped probably way too much money on those bargain bin deals, but there's actually some really good deals there, especially with Blu-rays. Oftentimes, whenever I think they have probably a surplus of a certain movie at a warehouse. They just kind of repackage them and ship them off to Walmart, and I've already seen them dumping dozens in on top of the already overflowing pile that they have there, which oftentimes makes it really frustrating to kind of dig through and find a good one. But I found this one yesterday. It was like $7, but yeah, a Scream Queen double feature here with the original The Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis, and then The Howling, the first one, which is my favorite of that series. I've only seen bits and pieces of some of the sequels, but this is the only one that I really own of that series. And I had the remake of The Fog that they did. I kind of forget what year they did that one, but I actually sold that a couple of years ago. I think I took it to Second and Charles, and they bought it from me, and I bought something else with the money. I just wasn't watching it anymore, and I don't think it was well done. But this is the original John Carpenter's, with Jamie Lee Curtis, like I said, and it's different artwork though. I've seen the original artwork, and this is pretty cool. I'm not sure of the artist, but it's definitely a neat, a neat depiction of some of the characters there, and I like the font that they used for The Fog. I think that's pretty cool. I believe it's actually like the collector's edition. I've seen some other reviews online of the original of The Fog, and I believe that artwork is exclusive to the collector's edition. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I believe that's the version that I have here, and also the collector's edition of The Howling. I have the special edition DVD of The Howling. It's like a white cover with like the claws ripping through, and I believe it's actually like one of the werewolves, like the teeth showing through, where the claws are ripping down through the white fabric. The original cover is a little bit like more brown, like kind of older looking, and it has, I think, the lead female's like fingernails coming through that fabric, and a picture of like her, her mouth. So it's kind of cool, like the different takes that they did for the different releases and covers. But I think this is really cool. You can see the werewolves there from the colony, and the leader of the colony. Kind of forget what actress that is, but I thought she did a pretty good job in that. Kind of very seductive and creepy stuff going on out in the woods there, as the one guy's being lured out into the woods night after night. And then Dee Wallace, she's in this, and she's the lead female character in Steven Spielberg's E.T., the extraterrestrial. That's one of my favorites from childhood as well. But she's in The Howling, and yeah, she's kind of caught in this werewolf trap, where she goes off to get help at the Colony. And yeah, I won't share too much if you haven't seen it yet, but yeah, she's dealing with some pretty creepy, wild stuff there as she discovers what's actually going on out in the woods and in this place that she's staying. It's really a well done werewolf movie. Like I said in some of my previous videos, I'm a big werewolf movie fan. My favorite is Silver Bullet, from the Stephen King novella Cycle of the Werewolf. I grew up, you know, kind of being afraid of that movie. That was one of my, you know, first horror movie experiences, and it really, you know, stuck with me in not such a good way. But then over the years, I actually grew to really enjoy it, and it's since become my favorite werewolf movie, one of my favorite horror movies. But next in line, I would say, would be either The Howling or American Werewolf in London. I think that's a little bit better than The Howling, but I don't know. They both share like a similar vibe. There's a couple sequences in The Howling that remind me of An American Werewolf in London. And also Dog Soldiers. That's another really good werewolf movie. That if you've seen The Descent, which I think is just a phenomenal horror movie, very like genuinely scary. So check that if you haven't seen The Descent. The sequel to it's not bad either. But the special effects guys that did work on the creatures in The Descent, they were involved in Dog Soldiers as well. Like I said, another awesome werewolf movie. But there's a couple scenes in The Howling that also remind me of Dog Soldiers. Some of the silhouettes of, you know, the werewolves after they've, you know, transformed. Yeah, so this kind of has the best of both worlds. Definitely doesn't remind me of Silver Bullet at all. That's kind of, you know, set apart in my opinion. But yeah, so let's check this out. There's the back. And then the spine. Scream Queen double feature. And the disc. The Fog, The Howling, just kind of split like it is on the front cover. And then we get some artwork, which is always a plus whenever you get any DVD, let alone one out of the bargain bin at Walmart for $7. But you have some like of the original artwork there. There's the original cover that I was talking to you about. And the werewolf leader, the Temptress. And then the Fog. We got some maybe original movie poster there. I'm not quite sure. I'm a little bit more familiar with the remake, which, like I said, I lost interest in. I really didn't care for it. So yeah, really cool artwork inside. Some original, you know, movie posters there. Some original covers. And then the disc is just sort of a matte finish. I don't know if you can see that in the light or not, but yeah, pretty cool. I was impressed by it. I opened it up last night and I thought, man, I need to show this on my channel. Definitely, if you can find that. I think it's new to the Blu-ray movie bins. Last time I was in there earlier last week, I didn't see it. So yeah, check this out. Scream Queen double feature. Sometimes I stay away from these because I either have like one or both of them, or they're just trying to get more money out of people. They just kind of repackage with the original discs, or it's almost like even like a cheaper packaging with those recycled containers. Yeah, so this is definitely impressive in my mind. Sometimes I stay away from, you know, the Scream Queen collections or, you know, other random ones that include like B movies that never even made it to like theaters, or they're just trying to like clear out a bunch of crap films. But yeah, two classics together. I never owned the original The Fog from John Carpenter until now, and I get the collector's edition of it. So that's really cool. And I only ever owned the DVD copy of The Howling, so now I have it on Blu-ray. So I'm a happy camper. I'm excited to see these on Blu-ray. I'm happy to have the original The Fog in place of the remake with, I think, the the guy in that one was one of the mini-series versions of like Superman or something like that, in like maybe like the early 2000s. I don't really know much about that, but I think that's I think he played Superman in one of those TV versions of it, but I didn't care for it. Let me know what you thought of that version as compared to John Carpenter's original. So I'm excited to own that, and I would highly recommend the first The Howling as a werewolf fan. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. So check it out. See if you guys can find it at your Walmart. I would highly recommend it. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.